What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Warframe, and today we're getting back into the Let's Play free-to-play series in a way. I'm going to go over some videos showing you guys some of the early farming spots I used when I first start leveling up my Warframes and things. Now we are still fairly early in the star chart, and it's not exactly the time to start farming just yet, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of the benefits of it and how just spending an extra 30 minutes a night on Warframe, going through a quick farming run, can get you guys some pretty cool stuff even early on in the game. So one thing, as I said earlier on, it's not really the time to start farming just yet. We're still a low level. We don't have our weapons really leveled up too well. We don't have a lot of good mods since we're going through the first couple planets on the star chart. And it's going to be a little more difficult, especially on some of these endless mission types where you can farm to progress a long time in them. Now, we're on Everest on Earth here, which is an excavation mission where essentially what you do is you go around, you kill these Grenier guys that carry power cores, you stick them in these drills, and then you try to defend the drill for a certain time period, while also providing it with more power, which you'll get from the guys who carry the power cores. Now, the first couple of drills are not going to be too big of a deal, but as you progress through this mission, the enemies are going to get harder and harder. The enemy types are going to change up a little bit, as you'll see later in the video. We start getting some bombards and some scorch type enemies who are a lot tougher to deal with and who can destroy the drills very quickly. So it gets to a point where you have to kind of weigh your efficiency versus the enemies that are coming at you at your level. And when you get to the point where it's really hard to stay alive or keep the drills alive and running, that's when you kind of need to go ahead and just extract. So for that reason, when I do farming runs early on, I try to limit them to 20 or 30 minutes because that seems to kind of be the effective time for me. When you start getting beyond that 20-25 minute mark, the enemies start to get really tough and you start to get kind of overwhelmed, especially when you're using your basic starter weapons that you got from the tutorial. Now, once we progress a couple more planets and get some better gear and items, we'll be able to farm much more efficiently. But for right now, this is kind of an example of how easy the first few drills are and how difficult it can get later on in the farming run. Now, this run is about 30 minutes, and towards the end I was struggling a little bit. I did almost die because they started sending heavy gunners at me, which was a bit of a problem, especially with the Mark I Bratton. And surprisingly enough, the Mark I Kunai became my weapon of choice in this run, as it seemed to take down the bombards and other higher level enemies really quickly. But you can see we do take a while to kill some of the power carriers. We're not very strong just yet. And this is one of the reasons I do suggest waiting till you've got your frame at least maxed out a couple of levels, like probably around level 30. And you have some good mods on your frame before you start doing these farming runs. Now, on my Excalibur here, most of my mods are still damaged mods from early on in the game. And one of the reasons I am doing this farming run is to get some better mods, because you will get quite a few mod drops running these. And the mods can drop from the drills, they can drop from the enemies, obviously. And overall, you can get some pretty cool stuff. You can actually get some different gold mods from each of the drills. You'll probably get some credits. You can get some lith relics that drop for the Void, which are good because we're going to need those to farm some prime parts to sell to Barrow Katir, so we can get some cool gear from him, especially some better mods. But overall, these farming runs are just a good way to get credits, get experience on your weapons and items, and just to get some gear. Now, just to give you guys an idea here, this was a 30-minute run I did on, again, we're on Everest on Earth. I got 11,000 credits, which isn't great. Now, those numbers of credits you'll be able to get will improve vastly when you get to some of the better farming locations on different planets. And when I get through those planets through progression, I'll definitely show you. Like, for example, on my main account where I have most of the star chart unlocked, some of the times I'll go on a 30-minute farming run and I'll come away with 500,000 to 1 million credits. And it's just very efficient. Well, not 500,000, I'm sorry, I meant more like 250,000. I don't know where I got that number from, but I think what I meant was I can farm 500,000 credits up fairly quickly, usually in about 30 to 45 minutes. But anyways, so once you get through the star chart, you'll be able to farm much more effectively, even on a free-to-play account, and you'll be able to acquire a vast amount of credits and other resources through these methods. But just to give you guys an idea, like I said, I got 11,000 credits from this run. I got 2 lith relics, which we can use to go into the Void. I got 50 endo, 4 nerodes, which are pretty good crafting materials you'll need early on. And overall, through this 30 minutes, I got 10 mods. Overall, I got some pretty decent mods. Some of them were duplicates. I think I got 6 duplicates. I got 10 individual mods, and then 2 of those mods I had three copies drop. So that's I had 14 or 15 mods total that dropped, but the duplicates, you know, kind of threw that off a bit. But duplicates aren't bad because you can actually trade those duplicates in to get endo back on your ship. So you can use that endo to level up other mods. So it's not a bad thing getting duplicate mods because, like I said, you can just trade those in and swap them out later. Now, I did get a gold mod, Streamline, which is a pretty good mod to have early on, and it's not a damaged one either, so that's good. We can use that. Once we get that maxed out, we'll be able to have a better mod on our Warframe. I got some a couple diamond skins and some other mods that are going to prove to be very effective for Excalibur once I get him to the point where I have a little bit more mod capacity. So that's the main thing you're going to be chasing after. Lith relics, mods, and credits. And also resources. I didn't mention all of the resources I got on this run, but I did get quite a few planet resources, and you can see that at the end of the video, which I'll put a timestamp down at the end for. If you guys want to just skip to there to see the reward screen after the mission, because I'm not going to commentate through this whole thing. It's about 30 minutes. I'm just going to kind of do the initial, and then if you guys want to stick around and watch the rest of the farming run, you are more than welcome to. If not, no big deal. But like I said, we're going to be doing some more of these. I'll be doing some farming spots on the first initial planets, Mercury, Mars. This is pretty much the one I go to on Earth. And I'm also going to be doing a little bit of prime part farming as well once we start getting some of these Lith relics. But it's a good thing to do these excavation missions, especially because they seem to drop a good amount of Lith relics. As I said, I get 2 here in this 30-minute run. And like I said, this is an example. It's a little early to be doing this. You can see we really do struggle with some of these enemies later on with the weapons we have right now. Once we get these weapons leveled up a little bit higher, up in the 20s, and we have some more mod slots unlocked on them, we'll be able to farm more effectively. And also, once we get through a couple more planets and we start getting some better items, like we're going to get the Boltor pretty soon once we get through, I believe, once we unlock, I want to say Venus or Mars or Mercury maybe? I don't know. I've been away from the game for a while, so I got to get caught back up on things. But pretty soon we'll have a much better primary weapon than this Mark I Bratton, and we'll also have some better, you know, mods and things. And I'm going to be going through all that in my free-to-play series as we kind of follow along with the Let's Play. So you'll be able to see all of that as it goes through. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Just kind of a general introduction to farming, and like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the farming spots I use early on. And everybody seems to be enjoying the Warframe videos so far, so I'm going to try to keep up with them now. Now that I've got my own, you know, sort of area to record, and I don't have to worry about interruptions, and there's privacy and whatnot. I'm going to have a lot more time to make videos and a lot more time to spend on Warframe. So I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to bringing you guys some content with Warframe. And as always, just trying to help you guys out, especially if you're a free-to-play player who doesn't want to spend any actual money on the game. That is kind of the purpose of the free-to-play series. We're going to go through. We're not spending any platinum really on anything. We're not spending any real money on the game. We're just going to see how we can go through and get gear and whatnot and level up and progress without having to spend any real money. And to me, that's one of the things that makes Warframe a really cool game, is the fact that there's so much good content in this game, and it's just so enjoyable to play at times, and it's completely free. In a day and age when you've got a lot of AAA companies and developers and publishers just out there milking people for money and making you spend $60 to $100 on an incomplete experience, it's really refreshing to kind of have a game like Warframe where you can just kind of go and just enjoy it and not have to worry about spending any money on it or worry about paying for DLC or anything else. So, I mean, the option's always there if you want to support the devs, which I do on my main account every once in a while. If you want to just, you know, speed things up and buy a gun or buy a Warframe, you're more than welcome to do that. But for this series, we're not going to be doing that since this is the free-to-play series. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As I said, this is going to run about 30 minutes. If you want to stick around and watch the whole thing, you're more than welcome to. I'll put a timestamp below for the reward screen so you can see exactly what we get here at the end of this mission. If not, no big deal. Like I said, I always appreciate you guys watching the videos. Feel free to list any comments or questions down below, or if there's things you want to see in a future Warframe video for some of the early content in the game. If you're a free-to-play player, you can also put that down there as well. And hope you guys are having a great day. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you again next time.
Find another cell. Excavation complete. Look what we found. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. Excavator destroyed. Protect the remaining dig sites. Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and protected from enemy fire. The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site. Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site. The excavator has run out of power. Find a cell. Complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded. Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact. The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site.